What's up, dude? So I know it's been a while since my last video. I ended up fucking destroying my back, and I've just been laying in bed waiting to die. This is kind of the first day where I felt like I can get up and move around. So, what better way to do this than to sit my fat ass down at my desk for hours on end and record a video? I'm sure that's really going to help my back heal itself, but here we are. So, if you watch my videos before, you already know I'm the Ninja Gaiden fanboy. My first introduction to the Dragon Ninja was way back in 6th grade. One of my best friends, who I still talk to today, brought the OG Ninja Gaiden game to school and let me borrow it. Anybody remember that? Like actual physical games? So if you wanted a game, you would have to borrow it from your friend or catch the bus to Walmart or GameStop and actually purchase the physical copy. Like you actually had to do stuff in real life to play the game that you wanted to play. Who would have thought? I remember GameStop had this like 7-day return policy, and you would get full store credit for the price of the game if you brought it back within a week. I thought I cracked the code. When I was like 15, I abused the fuck out of that policy. I would buy a game, return it 2 days later, and then use store credit, buy another game. Return 2 days later, use store credit, buy another game. It was a vicious cycle. I was on like my fifth return within a week, and I remember the cashier being like, "Hey, dude, we got to stop this pretty soon." And I was like, "Ah, all right, you guys got me." And imagine if they didn't stop me, who I would have become. Just some sad shell of a man. Anyways, when I first brought the original Ninja Gaiden home for Xbox, I played it once and I got stuck on Mirai. He's like the first boss. He's that fucking jacked nunchuck dude, and I didn't touch it again. I know, I was young, stupid, probably a little gay. But a few weeks later, I picked it up again and I was hooked. Same thing with Ninja Gaiden Black. When that came out, I couldn't put that down either. My friend ended up showing me a fighting game, Dead or Alive 4, and I remember going through the character select screen and being like, "What the fuck? Ryu Hayabusa's in here?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude, it's all Team Ninja." Not even exaggerating, me and my buddy would run like 100 matches back to back on that game. And obviously, I always mained huge cock Ryu Hayabusa. I mean, fucking duh. But I eventually realized that Team Ninja has its own little universe and it was all connected. And that's when I became a huge Team Ninja fan. And then Ninja Gaiden 2 came out, and this is still one of my top 3 games of all time. I can't sing this game's praises enough, especially in the time that it came out. I would beat it, restart it, run it again, beat it, restart it, run it again. I've probably beaten this game over 100 times. And then Ninja Gaiden 3 came out, and we don't fucking talk about that. But now with Ninja Gaiden 4 on the horizon, we've got this little appetizer to hold us over, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. So let's jump into our 4-pillar review. So look, the game looks good. The different settings and the levels, they all have their own feel, and I can appreciate the vibe that they're going for. All the backdrops are gorgeous, and no two levels feel alike. I also get the reference to the old NES Ninja Gaiden games. They're clearly trying to hit that style. But I'm going to say it. I don't care that you broke your elbow. No, no. But I'm going to say it, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but why go with this art style? I'll never be mad at an old school platformer game. I enjoy these games. But the super pixelated 1988 graphics, it's not that it looks bad. I just feel like there's a huge missed opportunity. Look at these other platformers out here like Ori, Hollow Knight, Cuphead, all retro style and gameplay, but they look gorgeous. And I just feel like Ninja Gaiden Ragebound could have done the same. I mean, look at this. Honestly, feels like they almost grabbed the exact same graphics from the original Ninja Gaiden beat 'em up that came out in 1988. That's 36 years ago, and they just ran with it. And I want to be completely clear here. I don't think the game looks bad. I think the game looks good, but with the current competition that they have with platformers, I mean, you got to go all in with this. Okay, look at this is the last comparison and we're going to move on. But Shinobi is on the horizon and that's going to be coming out soon. And that's also a callback to the classics. I believe the first game that came out was like 1987 or something like that. But look at the comparison between Ragebound and Shinobi. To me, Shinobi takes the cake on this one. There's more animations, there's more colors, there's movement in the clothing, it's not pixelated, and this is what I wanted Ninja Gaiden to be. And I'm not asking for 4K textures or anything like that, but I'm just trying to imagine like Kenji or Ryu in a platformer with Ori's visual quality. Like, do you know how fucking sick that would be? Little mini Ryu just going around Azuna dropping people with the gorgeous level design, and crisp combat. I don't know, it feels like a missed opportunity to me. Overall, I think it's a good looking game, but with the current climate of the platformers that are coming out, I think it falls short of its competitors. Combat here is ridiculously simple, but in the perfect way. You basically have 4 attacks, 2 which are projectiles, but it's the way that they throw everything at you that makes it feel chaotic and flowy in the best way. You get locked into this rhythm of jumping, slashing, throwing, and it all feels satisfying and it keeps it fresh. Like some enemies you can only hit from certain directions, some require projectiles, but it's these little caveats with these enemies that you have to hit them in certain spots that makes that flow possible. So you'll be jumping around, hanging from ceilings, throwing kunai, but it all starts feeling like a rhythm. Even though there's only a few animations, the way they incorporate it, it keeps things fresh and you feel like you're just moving through this level destroying people. You also have these little mini super attacks. They're called hypercharged attacks. They're pretty much just a charged up slash or a charged up kunai throw, and they're used to one shot the enemy. I mean, they're okay, they're not bad, but it's not over the top like I wanted, especially coming off the back of Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3. I mean, you just expect something a little more flashier. I mean, meanwhile, you got other people throwing fucking spirit bombs at the ground, and I'm stuck with the same slashes over and over. No combos, no Nimpo, no Azuna drops. I just wanted a little bit more from the combat. Along with your hypercharge attacks, you also have your ultimate attack, which is called a Ragebound art. And they're okay. I mean, just to name a few, there's like a healing one. There's one that, throws energy balls at all these people and it's like a full screen attack. But same thing with the hypercharge attacks, it just leaves you wanting more. For a Ninja Gaiden game and a game that costs $30, I was just expecting a little bit more. Like, show me some shit that I've never seen before. Give me some animations that are over the top. Overall, the combat is good and it has a very nice rhythm to it, but I just wish there was a little bit more attached to this. I do enjoy the spacing of the progression here. I think throughout the duration of the game, it's spaced out perfectly. And also, it's always good to see a familiar face, Muramasa, now in his full pixelated glory. Does anybody remember that scene in Ninja Gaiden 2, where throughout the whole story you thought Muramasa was just this decrepit old man, and then you see him brutally murder 19 people right in front of you, and then he hands you some rice balls like a psycho? When I was a little kid and I saw that, I was like, oh, yep, this is the best game I've ever played. It is what it is. It is good to see Muramasa returning because other than him, there's really no characters that are tied back to the original Ninja Gaidens. You only see Ryo Hayabusa maybe for 5 minutes during the training stage, so it is cool that they give a call back to their earlier games. Golden Scarabs are back and they're kind of hidden throughout each level, and they act as your currency to upgrade your slot items, Ragebound arts, and to buy new projectiles, perks, extra health, damage. You get it. But honestly, it doesn't make you feel that much stronger. Like, I could go through the whole game without changing my projectile or equipping a talisman, and I feel like nothing would change. Progression here is basically optional, and that's kind of depressing because I do want to feel like I'm leveling up for a reason, not just because the option is there. Overall, the progression here is super cut and dry. You get your scarabs, you go to Muramasa, you buy your upgrades, and you really don't even have to fucking buy your upgrades, to be honest. So it's not awful for an old school platformer, but it just leaves me wanting more. It really does feel like I'm playing something straight out of fucking 1990. I do really enjoy the story here. I think it does shine, even though there's not any voiceovers for the characters, which is fucking rough, man. You're telling me that I can't get some voice actors for a $30 retro platform game? I don't know. Anyways, I do enjoy the story a lot. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but Ninja Gaiden has never been praised for its campaign, and I completely agree with that. It's always some demon realm has opened and you're trying to stop it, fucking never fails. It's basically the same here, but with a little twist. So in this game, you're actually playing as Kenji, and you're Ryo Hayabusa's apprentice. Ryo got called to America because his father wanted him there, and right when he leaves, bam, demon portal gets open, and you're tasked to step in for Ryo while he's gone. One thing that I love that they did here is that you're Ryo Hayabusa's apprentice. So before he leaves to go off to America, you have to fight him, and he ends up Azuna dropping you. It's so fucking sick, dude. I don't think I've ever been on the receiving end of an Azuna drop. So while you're doing your part preventing forest fires in Tokyo and Hayabusa Village, cleaning up these demons, the story shifts over to a ninja called Komori. She's actually a ninja in the Spider Clan, which is your enemy. So the Spider Clan try to make this deal with the demon world for power, and right when they opened the demon gate, the demons were like, "Yeah, fucking right. You thought we were gonna make a deal with you, idiot?" So Komori is present when all this is happening. So Komori tries to fight this high-ranking demon and gets fucking wrecked. While all this is happening, Kenji's also getting fucking wrecked, and they find themselves both pretty much dying right next to each other. Komori sacrifices her body and her soul to give to Kenji, so at least one of them can stay alive and stop the demons. Then through the rest of the game, you're playing as Kenji and Komori, but through Kenji's body since Komori sacrificed her soul. The dynamic between Kenji and Komori, it's interesting because one is like a noble ninja from the Hayabusa clan, and the other one's a villain from the Black Spider clan, and they're in the same body trying to work together. Some of the story script is kind of cheesy, but it's cool to see them going back and forth on what they were taught and how they were trained and see their moralities clash. I honestly think I like this story better than other Ninja Gaidens. It gives a little more personality to the story instead of just stoic Ryu or a farming and barely talking and just killing demons the whole time. Overall, the story was good, and it might even be my favorite part of this game. It's a Ninja Gaiden game, so I'm going to be just a little bit biased here. I did have a lot of fun playing this game, but the whole time I just kept on hoping for more. I think this game is great for people who love speed runs, chasing S ranks, and unlocking harder paths. And if that's your thing, I think you're really going to love it. For the final rating, I'm going to give this a 6.4 out of 10. Fast, fun, retro platformer that you could just jump into and have a good time. As always, if you made it this far and enjoyed the video, go ahead, drop a like. Maybe even drop a sub if you're feeling crazy. If not, no hard feelings. I'll get you next time. Just wanted to give you guys a quick heads up. I'm going to try to start uploading videos a little more frequently. I do have a full-time job and I just do this as a hobby, so sometimes it's kind of hard to find time. The next video that I'm going to drop, I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 6, so it's not going to be in the same format as like a game review, but I do want to get my opinions, thoughts, ideas out there just to let you guys know what I think of the game so far. But yeah, just wanted to let you guys know what's in for the future. Appreciate it.